about please Shrimati Radhika. And in the Orja Vrat you are observing Madhava Titi Ekadashi Vrat. And in the Orja Vrat, in the Ekadashi Vrat, you are in the birthplace and childhood village of Shrimati Radhika. So how can there be any doubt that you will not attain Krishna Prema? No doubt. Karna Jingrandhasa Karnanasalakaya Chakshuramlitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandaya Radhikai Tadare Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Yam Prabrajantam Apeta Kritam Dvaipayanam Varakataya Dhlava Bhutaiti Tanmataya Taravo Vinedus Tansavabhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Himavadivyasthami Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema-rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya-vinam aparadalakshay Shivastakam-mani Gauranga-mani Vikamayitam Sharanam Prapadam Vrinde Namaste Sharanarvindam Vrinde Namaste Sharanarvindam Govinda Damodara Madhaveji Govinda Damodara Madhaveji Govinda Damodara Madhaveji Govinda Damodara Madhaveji Hare Krishna Hare Radha Hare Sanketi Govinda Damodara Madhaveji Angashamalachitavirabhito Mendikitendivaram Jajam Jagarurochasam Vadadatam Pattam Varasya Sriya Vrindaranyannivasinam Vrindasattamavidamodaram Radhaskandhanivesichuchvalabhujam Jai Madamodaram Jai Madamodaram Tavaivasmi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tayavana Jivikyaya Devitam Namah Charatikam. First of all, I offer my Sastangi Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipful spiritual guru, Nitya-lila Pravishta Om Vishnupada, Vishnottarasata Sishmat Rupanuracharya, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami.
Прежде всего я предлагаю свой Шаштанга Дават Пушманчи, свое сердце как цветы тысячи и тысячи раз из лотосных стоп моего духовного учителя, Нитя-лила Правишты Ом Вишнупада, что отражает
Secondly, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Pranam thousands of times at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev to Srila Prabhupada and all of our Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Parampara.
Затем я предлагаю тысячи дандават пранам Парам Гурудеву, Шри Прабхупаде и всей Шри Гуру Парампаре.
And finally, I offer my pranam to the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas.
В завершение предлагаю пранам всем Вайшнавам и Вайшнавам.
Шива Гурудев ки
By the course of Sri Sri Guru and Koranga, we are discussing the Nitya Siddha, eternal, perfect prayer of Sri Satyavati Rishi, Sri Damodaraashtaka.
По этой причине милости Шри Гуру Гауранга мы обсуждаем Нитья Сидха, вечно совершенную молитву Сатьявати Риши, Дамодaraashtaka.
Sri Krishna himself becomes pleased. Srimati Radhika herself becomes pleased by those who recite this Astakam daily in the month of Kartika.
Сам Шри Кришна очень доволен, и Радика очень довольна тем, кто воспевает ежедневно эту Дамодaraashtaka в течение месяца Картики.
4 verses we have discussed.
Мы уже обсудили 4 куплета.
But we want to again look at fine points.
Хотим снова вернуться к некоторым нюансам.
Our Acharya of Sambandha Gyan, Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad, realizing the importance of this prayer, has written very beautiful Digdarshini Tika commentary.
Наш Самбандха Ачарья Шрила Санатана Госвами Пад, осознавая значимость и ценность Дамодaraashtaki, он написал длинную типу комментарий на Дамодaraashtaka.
It's called Digdarshini.
Называется Дигдаршини.
Darshini means that which is showing.
Дальше не то, что является, показывается.
And Dig means direction.
Диг – это направление.
So Digdarshini Tika means that this poem is so deep, so beautiful, so unlimited. I am incapable of describing it. Therefore, my commentary is only pointing in the direction of the reality of this poetry.
Значение названия комментариев Дигдаршини, что этот стих Дамодaraashtaka настолько прекрасен, возвышен и трансцендентен, что я не способен должным образом прокомментировать на его сокровенное значение, поэтому мои комментарии всего лишь являются комментариями на то направление, в котором находится Дамодaraashtaka.
Well, if you are 5 miles away,
Если вы находитесь где-то 5
and
миль
you are someone, oh, where is Varshana?
вдали от Варшаны и спросите кого-то, где Варшана,
Go that way.
он просто покажет, идите в том направлении.
Then you will have to traverse that path. When you arrive there, you will discover so many wonderful things.
И вам придется пройти эти 5 миль самим, но когда вы дойдете до Варшаны, сам вы для себя узнаете очень много интересного, увидите.
So by his commentary, Srila Sanatana Goswami is showing us, oh, look in this direction.
Санатана Госвами потом своими комментариями просто показывает нам направление, в котором нужно двигаться.
Then, if you do bhajan, chanting Harinam, remembering Shri Krishna, following the direction of Digdarshini Tika, then one will discover unlimited, ever new and fresh nectar in this poem.
Должным образом совершает свой баджан, практику повторяет эти имена, поведует Кришну и размышляя о том, о таких комментариях Санатана Госвами Пад, человек осознает нечто возвышенное и бесценное.
So, Satyavati Rishi is beginning, Namami, I bow down.
Затем, как Риши начинает
It indicates
Намами, я склоняюсь.
Dasya Rasa.
Намами указывает на Дасya Расу.
If you study Damodaraashtaka, the glories first of Dasya Ras, then Vatsalya Ras, and finally Madhurya Ras become manifest.
Если вы изучаете Дамодaraashtaka, подробно вы видите, вначале прославляется Дасya Раса, затем Ватсалья, и затем уже снова Мадхурья Раса.
So Namami, I bow down to Ishvara.
Намами, я склоняюсь перед Ишварой.
Ishvara means Sarva Shaktiman.
Ишвара – это Сарва Шактиман.
Ishvara means who is capable, So one has capacity when he has Shakti. So who has all Shakti, Sarva Shaktiman, is called the Parameshwara.
Ишвара – это тот, кто способный, умелый, кто способный на что это тот, у кого есть Шакти. Значит, Сарва Шактиман, тот, кто обладает всей Шакти, он и есть Ишвара.
So, who is the Sarva Shakti of Shri Krishna?
Кто является Сарва
Shrimati Radhika.
Шакти?
So she's there right from the beginning.
Это Шримати Радхика. Поэтому она фигурирует в Дамодaraашtaке с самого начала.
For those who have eyes.
Для тех, у кого есть глаза, это увидеть.
He is not Sarva Shaktiman without Radhika.
Он не может
Without Radhika, you'll be Nirvishesh Brahma.
без Радхики. Без Радхики другого не Нирвишеш Брахман.
Namamishram Satchit Ananda Rupam. He is a Roop. Roop means form and Roop also means beauty.
Рупа означает форма, но Рупа также означает красота.
So he is the beautiful form,
Его прекрасная форма.
embodying Sat, the totality of all existence.
Его красивая форма является средоточием всего бытия.
Not just some of it, or a part of it, or 99% of it.
Не частичного бытия, не 99% бытия.
All
А
existence.
всей тотальности существования заключена в
Сат.
Всевышнем.
Chit. Chit means knowledge.
Чит, значит знание.
But especially, the Chit Shakti, Samvit Shakti, imbues the sadhaka with Vishesh Sambandha Gyan, knowledge of his particular relationship with Krishna.
Чит Шакти наделяет садхаку Вишешна Бандхагьяной, осознанием его индивидуальных отношений с Кришной.
And awareness
И осознанием
of the loving exchange with Sri Krishna in the form of prem, sneha, man, pranay, rag, and so on.
разных уровней любви и отношений с Кришной, начиная с превости.
And when that chit is also nourished by ananda,
И когда Ананда влияет и подпитывает чит,
then it becomes a supreme source of joy.
то это становится наивысшим источником радости.
That ananda vritti
Ананда Врити,
of Nadini vritti
Владимир Врити,
of Krishna's internal potency gives pleasure to Krishna.
Врити блаженства внутренней энергии Кришны доставляет ему радость.
The inherent happiness that Krishna feels in his own Swarup is called Swarupananda.
Сварупананда – это естественное состояние счастья, которое Кришна испытывает от своей сварупы.
But that Ananda Angsa, that Ananda portion of Krishna's Swarup manifests outwardly in the form of the bhakti.
Но бхакти вот это является частичным внешним проявлением вот этой внутренней ананды Шри Кришны.
So, when that Ananda portion of Sri Krishna is in the heart of the devotee, it gives pleasure to the devotee. That is called the Premananda, the joy of love.
Часть ананды Кришны находится в сердце преданного, она радует преданного, это называется Премананда.
Then Krishna's own Shakti, through that loving service of the devotee, gives Krishna pleasure.
Тогда уже, когда преданный служит Кришне, и это собственная энергия Шакти, вот это задействует преданного в преданном служении и уже доставляет радость и любовь к Кришне.
Then the pleasure Krishna feels is called Swarup Shakti Ananda.
Тогда то удовольствие, которое Кришна испытывает, уже называется Сварупа Шакти Ананда.
This Swarup Shakti Ananda is more beautiful, more joyful for Krishna than Swarupananda.
Эта Сварупа Шакти Ананда доставляет Кришне больше удовольствия, чем Сварупа Шакти.
In other words,
Сварупа Ананда.
even though Krishna is the embodiment of all bliss, unless that bliss will play in the heart of his devotee, and his devotee will serve him, he cannot experience the highest bliss without his devotee.
Можно сказать предела этой Ананды, если вот эта часть его Ананды не заходит в сердце его преданного, и преданный не служит Кришне.
Because his own Ananda, Swarupananda, is not so sweet as when it is coming through the devotee service in the form of Swarup Shakti Ananda.
Сварупа Ананда Кришны не настолько сладкая, как Сварупа Шакти Ананда, когда она уже, эта энергия прошла через сердце преданного и выражается в форме любовного служения преданного Кришне.
So one may say, logically it does not make sense.
Кто-то может подумать, что это нелогично.
So the Puranas give an example.
Пураны приводят пример.
when you are breathing,
Когда вы дышите,
you feel some happiness.
вы чувствуете удовольствие.
But when you blow that same breath into a flute,
Это то же самое дыхание. Этим
then
дыханием
it turns into, there's a Vaichitaka, a variety of musical notes, rags.
это то же самое дыхание, которое было внутри вас, вдруг приобретает какое-то разнообразие музыкальных нот.
That can make you feel happy, make you feel sad, make you feel meditative, like this.
Уже мелодия, это дыхание может музыкальных нот, может вас радовать, может
That can make you weep.
растрогать вас так, что вы будете
But it was
рыдать.
the same air that you are breathing, now is in the flute, but it becomes full of variegated wonders.
Тот же самый воздух, который был внутри вашего тела, ваших легких, сейчас уже, когда пройдя через флейт, он приобрел совершенно новое измерение.
So in the same way, the Ananda in Krishna gives him joy. But when that enters into the flute of his devotee he is compared to the flute, then it attains astonishing variety of wonders. And Sri Krishna hankers for that.
Аналогичным образом Кришна испытывает удовольствие от своей Сварупананды, но не настолько, насколько он испытывает удовольствие от Сварупа Шактинанды. Эта же энергия, она уже входит в сердце преданного, и преданный служит Кришне разнообразием оттенков чувств и конкретного служения.
So Satyavat Rishi is bowing down to that complete form of the Lord, who is in a state of thirst, who is in a state of hankering to taste the Swarup Shaktinanda of his devotees.
Satyavat Rishi склоняется перед той ипостасью Ишвары Кришны, который жаждет вкусить до Сварупа Шактинанда преданное служение и любовь своим парам.
Narayan is not the Parameshwara or the full embodiment of Satchidananda Rupa.
Господь Нараяна не
He's
является,
Satchidananda Rupa, but not complete.
он не является Парамешварой, не является полным проявлением Саччитананда Рупы.
Even Dwarkadish Krishna or Mathura's Krishna is not the full embodiment.
Даже Дваркадеш Кришна, Матаяш Кришна не является полным сосредоточенным Саччитанандой.
Only this very vulnerable, very sweet coward boy in Vrindavan is the complete Satchidananda Rupam.
Только вот этот очень нежный, уязвимый, трогательный, сладкий пастушок Кришны является пределом
Well, the Ananda is Purna. Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Gopara Varjokasam. He never said Vasudev Devaki. He said Nanda Gopara Varjokasam, Yanditam Paramanandam Purna Brahmasana.
Не восхищается Васудевом, Кришна говорит, что сын Нанды Махараджа, что это именно Кришна.
So, now the speciality of that complete reality. The son of Madhya Yashoda is being described. Lasat Kundalam.
Садхунданам описывается предел этой реальности сына Мамы Ишоды.
Lasat means swinging.
Ласат покачивающий.
And Kundala means Krishna's wearing Makara sharp shape. Makara shaped earrings. Not exactly sharp, it's one type of
Сережки.
mystical secret.
В форме такого морского чудовища с кроме белой спины.
Lasat Kundalam. The speciality of this complete form, Satchidananda Rupa, is that Krishna is not decorated by his earrings. Rather, he is so beautiful, he makes his ornaments more beautiful.
Особенность фигурно Рупы Саччитананды Кришны в том, что он настолько красив, что его украшения не делают его красивее, наоборот, его красота украшает его украшения.
So, person, they're not so attractive, so they put on gold earrings, nose ring, necklace. So they try to increase their beauty by adding the ornaments. But in very deep separation from Sri Krishna, Uddhav told to Vidura, Yan Matililo Parika Swayoga Maya Balam Dasha Gritum Vismapanam Swasya Chasobagadi Paramparam Bhushanam Bhushanangam. This Martya Lila, this human-like form of Krishna, is manifested by Yoga Maya, the Agatana Gatana Pratyasi Shakti, the power to make the impossible possible. So this Satchidananda Rupa of Krishna in Vrindavan is so beautiful. It's impossible to be that beautiful. In his Tika, Srila Sanatana Goswami Prabhupada, he quotes from Pranay Geet, Kastam gati kalatadaya kalapadaya tavenu geetam samo vitarya charitam nachalatrilokyam Trailoka sobaga idam chaniriksha rupam yad godi jadruma mriga pulakanya vipran. Braj Gopi said, O Krishna, upon seeing your beauty and upon hearing the long drawn-out melody of your flute, which woman in all the three worlds will not deviate from the Arya path, the path of Dharma? Oh Krishna, your beauty, which is the embodiment of all great fortune, is so intense, yet even when the cows see you, when the birds see you, when the trees see you, when the deer see you, their hair stand on end in ecstasy. Understand? Trees don't even have eyes. But Gopi say when the trees see you, they have sattvic bhavs. That's how beautiful Krishna is. That is the impossible beauty of Krishna. So if even the trees, the birds, they have sattvic bhavs upon seeing you, then what to speak of us Braja Gopis? So Uddhavi is saying, Vismapanam Swashata Sobhagade. This form of Krishna is so astonishing that even when he sees himself, his own reflection, he is astonished. Param Bhushna Bhushnangam. And when you see Krishna puts on ornaments, his body makes the ornaments more beautiful. Therefore, in this bhav, Satyavakta is saying, Lasat Kundalam, Madhyashoda has decorated Krishna. No, giving earrings, Krishna has decorated the earrings. And earrings are lasat, swinging, means in ecstasy of touching Krishna, they cannot stop again and again kissing his cheeks. Gokule Brajamanam. Brajamanam means that Krishna is shining, he's radiant with the beauty. Gokule, in Gokul. In the place which is inhabited by the cows, Gopis, Gopas, Govatsan, calves, cowherd men, young and old, and cowherd women, young and old. It is very deep. See, Krishna is shining in Gokul. Means even though Krishna is so beautiful, he makes his ornaments beautiful. But when that beautiful Krishna is in Gokul, surrounded by his loving associates, the association of them and their love makes him even more beautiful. Gokule Brajamana.
Гокуле Браджамана глубокий смысл то, что Кришна настолько прекрасен, красив, что он украшает любое самое красивое украшение. Но в Гокуле, находясь среди любящих преданных Браджаваси, он сияет, он становится красивее от их любви и от их присутствия.
So Srila Sanatana Goswami is giving the example.
Санатана Госвами приводит пример.
During Rasa Lila, after Krishna disappeared,
После того, как Кришна спрятался во время
Braja Gopis were weeping.
Браджа Гопи расплакались.
Iti gopya pragayantya palapantyascha chittada rurudu susaram rajam Krishna dasanulalasaha tasam avirabhutshori swayamana kambuja pitam bharadharasakvi sakshanman matamanmata. Then suddenly, being unable to check himself, see Krishna in anxiety, from his hiding place came out and appeared very humbly and smiling before Braja Gopis. So at that time, some gopis took their anchal, their veils, which were fragrant with the kumkum, and somewhat touched by the kajal, which had been washed from their eyes by their tears, and they placed their anchals on the ground.
Некоторые гопи сняли с себя свои накидки, которые были пропитаны ароматом kumkum и тела, и также покрыты пятнами от каджала, от водки, которая стекла с их глаз, когда они рыдали в разлуке с Кришной, и они положили эти накидки на землю.
So many anchals made
Очень много.
asana for us.
И из них получилась асана.
But there are millions of gopis, so how high it will be? So actually, they gave their anchals in different places, here and there in the forest. And then this Sachidananda Rupa, by the influence of Yogamaya, effortlessly he went and accepted his place on each of those asanas. And the Braj Gopis who were previously suffering very intense pain, seeing the joy of Krishna accepting their asana, all their sorrow went away and they became full of bliss. Shukadeva Goswami said their lives became successful. Like the Shrutis, the Vedas personified. So that means that in the previous day of Lord Brahma, previous Kalpa, the Shrutis, they saw the Leela of Krishna and they were like, we want to be in the Anugata of Braja Gopis. Then in the next day of Lord Brahma, they became Braja Gopis. But in the position junior to Radhika Vishaka, so they were the ones who put down the anchal. Jiva Goswami said there are Vachian Gopis that are new to this. So, when the Gopis who were the Vedas in the previous Kalpa put down their anchals and felt the joy of Krishna accepting their asana, the Shrutis, those who are the Vedas personified in that day, saw those Gopis and decided, we want to be like them. So, So the Shrutis are unlimited.
Шрути, они вечны.
So every day of Lord Brahma, when Sri Krishna comes, the previous Shrutis put down the asana, and the next Shrutis will become gopis are watching and they develop greed.
Каждый день, когда Брахма, эти новые шрути, у них есть возможность послушать предложение Асаны Кришны, а теперешние шрути это видят и тоже жаждут там оказаться так.
So then Sri Krishna sat on the asana, and the gopis in that particular group sat around him.
Кришна сел на асану, предложенную его гопи, как раз этой группировки, которая предложила эту асану.
Shukadeva Goswami said at that time, Krishna was shining with beauty. But why? Because he was already beautiful, but he became more beautiful when he sat down in the Sangha of Brajagopis. So when they were dancing, Shukadeva Goswami said, Tatratishu Shubhaithabir Bhagavan Devaki Sutaha Mandye Manina Mahaimanam Maha Marakato Yata. Dancing with the Brajagopis, Krishna was Ati, he did not have Shobha. He had Sushobha. No, Ati Sushobha. We cannot express in words how excessively beautiful Krishna was. Just as a jewel becomes more beautiful when set in gold. When Sri Krishna was surrounded by golden gopis, then he became more beautiful. Maha Marakato Yata. Marakata means emerald. So if Krishna is Ujjvala Nilamani, a sapphire, then why would Shukadeva Goswami say Marakata? Maha Marakata emerald? You can ask this question to any Brijvasi farmer. While they're farming, they're singing. While they're farming, they're singing. Mero Badha Bava, Mero Bava Badaharo, Radha Nagar Soy, Jatan Ki Chai Pari, Sham Harit Duti Hoy. Oh Shrimati Radhika, please remove all the obstacles in my bhajan. You are the beloved of that beautiful Sham. But when you come close to him, and your aura falls upon him, then Sham Sundar, he is bluish. By the influence of your golden aura becomes Sham Harita Duti, it becomes green. Like an emerald. These poems I learned from the common people of Brajan, farmers. One night I was here in the ashram, Vinod Kunj. All the sadhus were there doing bhajan. Then one person came late. Was a farm, ordinary person. Big hands, old shirt, and he came. Just came from the fields, he was working late. And he came and sat in the kirtan. So then the sadhus, they were touching his feet. So those who are renounced and doing bhajan all the time, touching the feet of the farmer. Why? One sadhu said, it's just very hard work. All day in the hot sun. Growing food. for Thakurji. And then all Vaishnavas can take prasada. If you will not do it where you get your rice, but all the time is remembering Radha Radha. Oh, Vrindavan Bihari. When he finishes work, he comes every day for Kirtan. His whole day is plowing the field. What is he doing? Completely covered in the dust of Braja. His whole life is serving the dust of Braja. My Gurudev used to tell a story about a farmer. He was from Barsana. So his field was over here, halfway between Barsana and Nandagaon. So half of his field was more this side and half of his field was more that side. So one day he was plowing the field with a bull. Very hard work. It was very hot. And he was dehydrated. And then he did not notice, but he was becoming faint and fell unconscious in the dust. So then, one farmer from Nandagaon, he saw, oh, this farmer has fainted in the heat. So he took a small clay pot and put fresh water and came there. So he lifted that farmer from Barsana, he lifted his head. And he took the cool water. And he was just about to put it to his lips. And then that farmer just opened his eyes and stopped him. No. I won't take it. Why? Because the people of Nandagaon, they have Abhiman. Krishna is our Lala, he's our Kanai. And the residents of Varsana, they have Abhiman. Radhika is our Lali. Kishori Jo is our family member. So, in Vedic culture, when the bride is given to the bridegroom, then she's given also with a dowry. And it is the Abhiman, it is the pride of the family of the bride that they give to the husband's family, but they never accept anything. They'll never accept anything. So Gurudev said when that farmer, he was fallen unconscious. He was in such a difficult condition. But when he realized someone from Nandagaon was going to give him water, he said no. Because it is Abhiman, oh, Radhika is ours. So this is why we have come to these places. Vrishabhanu Pura Jamanna Maloibo Javata Vivahave. When will I take birth in Varsana? On your passport application you have to put place of birth. So, don't write this because it will make a problem for you. But the Abhiman at least should be there. Place of birth is Varsana. So we are doing parikrama, that this Abhiman will be nourished. Because Raganuga Bhakti means hearing, chanting, remembering with Abhiman, Lakshana, Vishesh Bhav, with a special mood characterized by a particular sense of relationship. Abhiman Lakshana, characterized by its sense of identity. So, we are discussing how Krishna, when he was in the presence of Braj Gopis, though his Sachidananda Rupa gives beauty to his ornaments when he's with his associates, the cows, the cowherd boys, his mother Yashoda, or with Gopis, Krishna becomes more beautiful. So Gokule Brajamana. This is the bhava of Satyavat Rishi as he expresses this. Yashoda Vyodu Kalat Bhavamanam. Krishna is running in fear. Ulu Kalad means from the grinding motor. Vyo, out of fear. But Param Krishna Atyantato Bhrutyukti Gopala, he has been caught by Gopya, by the Gopi. It doesn't say caught by Yashoda, it says caught by the Gopi. That is the out of affection for Mother Yashoda, she is Gopi. And to indicate that this is the prominent member among a class of persons, the elderly Gopis of Braj, who can control Krishna. And Parambrashta, she caught him from behind. Because Atyantato Drutya, she ran faster than he did. So this has a very deep meaning. You know that it's very difficult to catch Krishna. Brahmaji, in his samadhi, tries to catch Krishna. Lord Shiva, your Brahma, Ruja, Sukha, Narada, Vishwamukha, Narad Muni, Vishwadev, the 12 Mahajans, they become absorbed in samadhi and they try to catch Krishna in their samadhi. They have a spurti, perhaps if they're fortunate, for a moment, and then disappears. Then when Krishna disappears, he's laughing. And his devotees cry in separation. By appearing and disappearing in their spurti, he increases their separation and their love. It means that Krishna loves them more than they love him. So Krishna can appear and disappear at will. And they have no control over it. But Mother Yashoda has physically caught Krishna. And he cannot get away. She has caught him against his will. He was running, I'm out of here, she's not going to catch me. What does it mean? It means that Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna is even greater than Krishna's love for her. Otherwise you cannot catch him. This is why Brahma, Shiva, Narada, none of them have bound him, ever. He will come and go at will. Mother Yashoda has caught him. And now he's caught. Rudantam moho netra yogmam rajantam. He's crying. Why? Fear personified is fear, afraid of Krishna. But Mother Yashoda's taken a stick in her hand and showing him, oh, can you see this? And Krishna is terrified. He's also overacting to try to make Mother Yashoda feel more sympathy for him. But that doesn't mean his fear is not real. His fear is real. In the prayers of Queen, yesterday we had darshan, beautiful darshan of Queen Kunti at Panchapandav. New deities are there. When Kunti Devi was praying to Sri Krishna when he was leaving Hastinapur to return to Dwarka, in her ecstasy she began to have a sporty, though he was before on the chariot, she began to see him as a child. She said, Mother Yashoda took a rope to bind you. And your eyes were filled with fear. And this sight is bewildering me. Why did Kunti Devi say that this vision is bewildering me? If Kunti Devi saw the fear in Krishna's eyes and thought, oh, he's doing the pastime of being afraid, then she wouldn't be confused. But Kunti Devi, seeing the fear in Krishna's eyes, realized he's not acting. He's actually afraid. But because Kunti Devi, her bhav is Aishwarya mixed with knowledge of Krishna's opulences, it's inconceivable to her. How is it possible that he's afraid? So now Satyavrata is saying, Satanka netram, oh Krishna, your eyes are satanka, filled with fear. Karamboja Yugmena, and you're rubbing your eyes with your hands. Because tears are coming, you're trying to wipe the tears. So, Muhu Swasakampa Ture Kankakanta. You're breathing deeply and trembling. And the necklace of pearls on your neck is trembling. Along with your breathing. Damodaram Bhakti Badham. Oh, you are Damodar. You are only Bhakti Badham, bound by devotion. So, of all of Krishna's qualities, the embodiment of all his qualities is Krishna's karuna, mercy. Kripayasit Swabandhane. And the nature of his mercy is such that it causes Krishna to be Bhakta Vasyata. Bhakta Vasyata means controlled by his devotee. That is the cause of his prema dinata, being subordinate to love. So, Mother Yashoda, many friends have been complaining to her. Oh Yashoda, your boy comes to our house with his little friends and he steals yogurt and butter. It wouldn't be so bad if you would just eat it. But he derives pleasure, he gets fun from smashing the pots and smearing it everywhere. Not only that, but he goes and he sets the calves loose as well. We cannot keep we cannot afford this continuous loss of our stock. So, oh Yashoda, because of your boy, we've decided we cannot live in this village anymore. We're going to move to another village. They complained to Mother Yashoda. So that Mother Yashoda was thinking, why does he go to other houses to steal? Is the butter not nice in our house? So on Deepavali, she milked her favorite best cows. And then she gave yogurt culture to that. And then overnight, it became yogurt. So early in the morning on the Pratipada, Deepavali is Amavasya, early in the morning on the Pratipada, Mother Yashoda was journeying. And when she pulled the rope this way, it went and when she pulled it that way, it went tan, 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 tan. It means, tan means those persons who don't do bhajan to Krishna. Fire on them, fire on them. Their life is completely wasted. And Mother Yashoda was absorbed in Nam Sankirtan, singing the glories of Krishna. Even Krishna woke up and was crying. But Nam Sankirtan is so nectarian. Though Krishna was there and crying, she was absorbed in Nam. So Krishna came, we discussed in detail the other day. Now he came and took Mother Yashoda by the veil and put his hand on the churning rod. And she came out into external consciousness. And she took her beautiful child in her arms and fed her breast milk. So, when Mother Yashoda saw the milk in the next room was boiling over, she put down Krishna. And Krishna's soft red lips began to tremble with anger. You know, you see a small child when they're angry. And he decided to break the pot. So now a question comes. We have heard that bhakti means to please Krishna. But putting Krishna down made him angry. So was it bhakti or not? Therefore Srila Rupa Goswami said, Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam. Bhakti is not what is pleasing to Krishna. But that which is done with a favorable mood. Pratikul bhav rohit. There's no unfavorable mood present. When Krishna was and Balaram were fighting with Chanur and Mustik, then they got great pleasure from that. If someone sees a fight between two warriors, they become afraid. But afterwards the fight is so good. It's exhilarating for them. Viraras. So Krishna and Balaram, they got so much happiness from fighting Chanur and Mustik. So if bhakti is that which pleases Krishna, then Chanur and Mustik ki jai. They are great bhaktis.
доставляет удовольствие Кришне, даже новые мужчины были бы величайшими бхактами.
But they were trying to kill him.
Но на самом деле они пытались убить его.
So though it was pleasing to Krishna, it was not bhakti because they had particular bhakti.
Несмотря на то, что эта правда нравилась Кришне, это не было бхакти для Кришны, потому что там было настроение противом враждебное.
So to define bhakti as that which is pleasing to Krishna, then that will be ativyapti dosh, the defect of overextending the definition to include things which should not be there.
Ativyapti dosh, это было бы, если сделать определение слишком обширным, тогда бы под него попадали бы такие тяновые мушки, что то, что доставляет удовольствие Кришне.
On the other hand, if you say that if you displease Krishna, it's not bhakti.
Но с другой стороны, если сказать, что он доставляет удовольствие Кришне, то это не бхакти.
It will be avyakti dosh.
Это будет авьякти доша.
If you say pleasing Krishna is bhakti, it will also be avyakti dosh because sometimes bhakti involves not pleasing Krishna.
И даже если говорить, что доставляет удовольствие Кришне, это бхакти, чистая бхакти, это тоже будет авьякти доша, потому что иногда бхакти не подразумевает, не несет в себе доставление удовольствия Кришне.
So when Mother Yashoda put down Krishna,
Когда мама Йошода отложила,
he was very upset.
он очень обиделся.
But it was bhakti
Но все равно ее поведение было,
because she was doing what was favorable for Krishna.
потому что она делала то, что было для него полезно.
So Krishna, sometimes around his devotees he becomes upset.
Иногда Кришна обижается на своих преданных.
The devotees themselves upset him.
Сами преданные обижают его.
Rupa Manjari will go to meet Krishna who's waiting in a kunj
Мантия пойдет туда, где Кришна идет, который Кришна
and say, "Oh Shyam Sundar, I regret to inform you that tonight Radhika cannot meet you."
и скажет, я сожалею, но я давно тебя сообщить, что сегодня Радхика не придет к тебе на свидание.
Then Krishna falls to his knees, alas, alas,
Кришна падает,
Hari, Hari, oh God.
начинает соглашаться, о Боже.
Then seeing this, Rupa Manjari begins to smile.
Видя его огорчение, Руба Мантия начинает улыбаться.
Very good.
И говорит, ну хорошо.
That he is feeling pain is very good.
Это замечательно, что он так
Because this pain is the pain of separation from Radhika.
Когда страдает, значит, действительно испытывает боль разлуки с Радхикой.
Who is really anukul, favorable to Krishna?
Кто по-настоящему анукул Кришне?
Shrimati Radhika is anukulyena Krishna Anushya.
Шримати Радхика по-настоящему анукульена Кришна Машевана.
Even if Chandravali is present,
Даже если присутствует Чандравали,
but still Radhika is more anukul, favorable.
Радхика
He would rather be with Radhika than with Chandravali.
все равно всегда гораздо более анукул Кришна предпочтет Кришне.
Therefore, the service to Shrimati Radhika is the ultimate limit of anukulyena Krishna Anushya.
Поэтому служение Шримати Радхики будет наивысшим пределом выражения от этого анукульена Кришна Машевана.
So, Damodaram Bhakti Bahadam. So then Krishna, in anger, he broke the yoga pot.
Разгневанный Кришна разбил кувшин
And then he went to steal butter.
и пошел красть масло.
Mother Yashoda came and followed his footprints.
Мама Йошода нашла следы,
And she said, "Hey, chore, thief,
нашла его по этим следам.
I will catch you."
Ты говоришь, что сейчас я тебя поймаю.
And Krishna was running.
И Кришна побежал,
Mother Yashoda was running after him.
мама Йошода гналась за ним.
But her waist is very narrow, her breasts are large, her hips are wide, so it's very difficult for her to run quickly.
Маме Йошоде трудно бегать, потому что у нее очень узкая талия, широкие бедра, и ей трудно бежать за ним.
How beautiful she looks.
Как прекрасно она выглядит.
She has sharp complexion like Krishna.
У нее тоже цвет тела такой же, как у
And
Кришны.
as she's running, the flowers are falling from her hair,
Она бежит, цветочки падают из ее волос,
as if the flowers are jumping down and also running.
как будто они выпрыгивают и
We'll help you catch him.
бегут, пытаясь помочь ей поймать Кришну.
Then Mother Yashoda
И
caught
мама
his
Йошода поймала его.
right hand with her left hand, and she had a stick in her right hand.
Левой рукой его схватила, а правой держала палку.
Then she wanted to bind him.
И хотела связать его.
So this we discussed in some detail, but we want to bring out some more points mentioned by Srila Sanatana Goswami.
Как добавить несколько тонких таких нюансов, прописанных в Санатане
Krishna was bound by Mother Yashoda.
После того, как мама Йошода связала
The
Кришну,
little friends came.
его маленькие друзья пришли туда.
They tried to untie,
Они пытались развязать эту веревку,
but alas they could not.
но им не удавалось.
Why?
Почему?
Because this rope is the rope of Vatsalya Prem.
Потому что Кришна был завязан узлом по любви, Ватсалья Према.
And these little boys, they have Sakya Rasa.
А у мальчиков всякие расы.
So because the Vatsalya Rasa is superior to Vatsalya Rasa, therefore they are unable to untie the knot.
Так как Ватсалья раса красивее превосходит всякие, то мальчикам не удавалось развязать эту веревку.
Just then, Rohini came back from the house of Upananda with Balaram.
К тому времени Рахини вернулась из дома Упананды вместе с Баларамом.
When Balaram saw his little brother tied up, he was angry.
Когда Баларам увидел, что его младший брат
He
связан,
said to the boys, who did this? I'll beat them.
Баларам разозлился, сказал, кто связал моего брата, я отлучу его.
The boys said, Maya has done it.
Мальчики сказали, моя
Then
связала.
Balaram
Баларам быстренько замолк,
became quiet. Because in Vedic culture you cannot just talk.
потому что
You also have to speak truthfully.
никто словами не бросает. Это уже сказал, то надо действовать.
But now we realized he made a big mistake
Понял, что
by being too eager to speak.
и замолчал быстро.
So then, one important point
Еще одна важная идея.
is that the love of the parents goes, the love of the friends goes up to Anurag,
Вот друзей достигает уровня дороги.
the lower part of Anurag. And the love of the parents goes up to the highest point of Anurag.
Любовь пастушков друзей достигает нижних пределов
If you compare Sakyarasa and Vatsalyarasa.
верхних пределов дороги.
So this is why the boys could not untie.
Поэтому мальчики не могли развязать веревку.
But those who are Priyanama Sakhas,
Но при Посака,
their love can go up and touch Mahabharata.
вот любовь этих пастушков при Посака сможет достичь даже Махабхараты.
So those Priyanama Sakhas headed by Subal, Ujjwal,
Субал,
Madhumanga,
Мадхуманга.
their love we can tell is even superior to the parents.
Можно сказать, что эта любовь даже превосходит любовь родителей.
However,
Однако,
in this stage, Balya Lila, the Madhurya Lila, which brings out the bhav of the Priyanama Sakhas who assist Krishna in his Madhurya Lila, is not manifest yet.
но так как они все еще в возрасте Бали, то их любовь еще не стала такой сильной, потому что это Мадхурья раса, когда они помогают Кришне встретиться с его возлюбленными, усиливает их любовь и доводит до этого высокого предела. Но на данном этапе лета они еще маленькие, поэтому их любовь не такая.
Therefore, although it is said some boys, they have their Sakyarasa is higher than the Vatsalyas, but not at this stage in the life.
Поэтому даже хотя говорят, что у некоторых мальчиков это сильнее, Ватсали, но не на этом этапе.
Sthitagraiva Damanam Bhakti Bhadham. Krishna is bound by Shuddha Bhakti.
Кришна связан с Шудха Бхакти.
Now, he will start to pull and pull the grinding mortar.
Сейчас Кришна попытается ползти и потянет за собой ступу.
Why?
Почему?
Because Bhakti Bhadham.
Потому что Бхактипада.
Because Narad Muni gave a curse to Nalukuvera and Manigriva.
Потому что Нарада Муни проклял сыновей Куверы.
So, even though Nalukuvera and Manigriva, they did not do any bhakti.
Несмотря на то, что Налукувера и Манигрив вообще никакого бхакти не
But
совершали.
Krishna is now going to go there, liberate them from being in the body of trees.
Но Кришна должен отправиться туда и освободить их из формы деревьев.
They were in that body for 100 years.
Они уже 100 лет провели в телах деревьев.
But you have to know, when Narad gave the curse, it was in the heavenly planets.
Но нужно знать, что когда Нарада проклял их, это происходило на райских планетах.
So it was 100 celestial years.
Это было 100 лет неземных.
So actually they were in the form of trees for about 5 million years.
То есть 5 миллионов лет они были в форме деревьев на земле.
So, now, though they did no bhakti at all, now Krishna will liberate them and give them prema.
Несмотря на то, что никакого бхакти не совершали, Кришна сейчас их освободит и подарит им прему.
Why?
Почему?
Bhakti Badham.
Потому что он
Because Krishna is pleased by the devotion of Narad Muni.
Потому что Кришну радует преданность Нарады.
Therefore, this is the supreme process to attain prema.
Это наивысший процесс для того, чтобы достичь прему.
To serve Krishna's pure devotees.
Служить чисто преданным Кришне.
Even if your sadhana is not so strong.
Даже если ваша личная садхана не такая стабильная.
But because Krishna is bound by the love of the pure devotees, when the pure devotees accept you, then Krishna is bound to give you prema. Bound.
Кришна повязан любовью к своих чистых преданных, то если вы служите такому преданному, и он принял вас, то Кришна просто обязан вас принять, у него нет выбора.
Therefore, nishta, loyalty to the spiritual master, is the most essential ingredient of our spiritual life. Srila Gurudev said this is the Guru Nishta is the backbone of bhakti. Without a spine, you cannot move.
Поэтому снова и снова говорится, что ништа, верность своему духовному учителю Гуру, это самый главный ингредиент бхакти. Наш Гурудев говорит, что это позвоночник ништа. Гуру ништа это позвоночник бхакти. Если он сломан, то вы никак прогрессировать не сможете, ничего вообще не сможете.
So now Satyarthas is saying, iti drik swalilabhya ananda kunde. Iti means, oh, in this way, like this.
Идти. И таким образом, говорится, одевает Кришна.
In other words, there are many pastimes of Krishna, like his naughtiness of stealing butter and being tied by his mother.
Очень много лет Кришны существует, не отправляет свою озорливость, не отворует.
One day, Mother Yashoda said to small Krishna and Balaram,
Однажды Мама Йошода сказала маленьким Кришне и Балараму,
today we'll do puja of a calf.
сегодня мы будем проводить пуджу теленку.
Go and bring the calf and we'll do puja.
Приведите теленка, мы сейчас проведем пуджу.
So then little Krishna and Balaram, they set off.
Маленькие Кришна и Баларама пошли за теленком.
And they found one very beautiful calf. Remember the calf we saw yesterday?
И помните, вчера мы видели
How charming.
какой красивый.
So, Krishna was trying to pull the calf and Balaram was trying to push him, but he was very stubborn, he wouldn't move.
Теленок упрямился, Кришна его тащил, Баларам подпихивал, но теленок не шел с ними.
So after a lot of pushing and a lot of shoving,
Дотянули толкали,
they brought him a short distance
наконец-то какое-то маленькое расстояние.
into the house.
Затащить этого теленка.
And now Krishna and Balaram were exhausted.
Но сейчас они были так утомлены вот этими
And Krishna looked up and
прибираниями.
he saw there a pot of butter hanging in a clay pot from a string rope.
Они уже были изнуренные этой борьбой с теленком. И Кришна посмотрел вверх и увидел большой кувшин с маслом, который был подвешен к потолку.
And then water came on his tongue.
И слезки потекли.
And Krishna and Balaram looked up
Они вместе с Баларамом посмотрели
and
снова
looked at each other.
кувшин, друг переглянулись.
So then they thought, oh, this calf, he won't move, so at least he can be useful.
Они говорят, ладно, этот теленок такой упрямый, двигаться не хочет, но хотя бы можно задействовать.
Because he's right underneath his one.
Высокий, стоит прямо под этим кувшином.
So then Balaram went like this,
Баларам пригнулся.
and Krishna climbed up Balaram, and then from Balaram he climbed onto the back of the calf.
Кришна забрался на Баларама, потом с Баларама перебрался на теленка.
Then Krishna reached up and he grabbed the sides of the pot.
Горшку и схватился за горшок.
Exactly at that moment the calf decided to move and he ran away.
В самом мгновении теленок дернулся с места и побежал.
And Krishna was hungry
И Кришна побежал.
and calling, Maya, Maya.
И стал вопить, моя.
Well, they said, what happened?
Мама Йошода думала, что
She
я
quickly ran there and saw her baby hanging.
выстрелила, увидела, что сын висит.
I just tried to engage in doing some dharma. Worshipping a calf. Look what happened.
Что сделать? Я думаю, что попыталась задействовать людей, заняться какой-то правильной деятельностью, и вот уже чем закончилось
He
все.
said, Maya, help, help.
Он кричал, мама, помоги.
But they should say, no, you should stay there all day.
Мама Йошода сказала, зачем оставайся там на целый день?
Krishna's crying, oh Maya, get me down.
Кришна плачет, мама, сними меня отсюда, пожалуйста.
This is Anukulya Krishna Anushilana. So, Satyavati is saying, Iti drik svalilarve, by such pastimes of this, Ananda kunde swagosham nimajjantam, Krishna is immersing all the residents of Gokul in the ocean of Ananda.
Кришна попросил всех жителей Гокулы в блаженство.
So see, Krishna, he comes under the control of his devotees.
Кришна попадает под контроль своих преданных.
You see, when Mother Yashoda tried to bind him, Again and again she failed. Why? Because Krishna, in his mind, he was thinking, if my mother will tie me up, then I won't be able to do my important activities. Every day I have so many places I have to steal from. And they have to meet with my friends. I don't want to be tied. And this is why, even though she tied so many ropes together, it was always 2 fingers too short. Because Krishna is Parabrahma. He is inside and outside of everything. Everything emanates from him. Everything enters into him. He has no limit in any direction. So how can he be bound? He was actually wearing a golden string with bells, but they should have put around his waist. So if this golden bells can be around his waist, why so many ropes cannot be around his waist? Because he's thinking, I have important things to do today. So Yoga Maya was serving him. Agatana Gatana Pratiyasi Shakti. The power to make the impossible possible. But Mother Yashoda made a vow, I must bind him. She tried again and again. Her face became red with embarrassment, her sakis were laughing at her. They said it's not written in his fate that he can be bound. But Mother Yashoda made a vow, I must bind him. He came from my womb. He's not more intelligent than me. And when Mother Yashoda became desperate, she prayed to Lord Narayan. Oh, Supreme Lord Narayan, please protect my honor from embarrassment in the presence of my friends. And she did. Obeisances to her. Then, Drisva Prasna Krishna Kripayas Sabandane. When Krishna saw the heart endeavor of his mother, he felt sorry for her. As soon as he felt sorry for her, his Aishwarya Shakti, which had come to serve him, disappeared. And she bound him with the 2 ribbons from her hair. So just as Mother Yashoda made a bharat, I must bind Krishna. Just as Mother Yashoda was doing parishram, very hard endeavor, and she would not give up until Krishna was bound. So in the same way, we should do Kartik Vrata. She has made a vow, I will not give up till Krishna is bound. So we also make this vow every year, Sankalpa at Vishram Ghat. I will do Kartik Vrata and I will follow everything very strictly and I will not give up till Krishna is bound. That's why we have to sometimes come back next year. Oh Krishna, I make a vow, I will chant your holy names every day. Oh Krishna, I make a vow, I will study Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Oh, I will sing Gopi Geet, Venu Geet, Pranay Geet, Yugal Geet every day. I will serve Guru Dev and Vaishnavas every day. Like this, devotee makes it his vrata. and undergoes all types of hardships and difficulties in order to fulfill it. And then Krishna, who is a very simple little child, he sees how much you are suffering. Drishtva parishramam Krishna kripaya sitsavandane. And seeing our hard endeavors, his heart melts and he allows himself to become bound. Like Abdul Thakur said, Krishna, you are a thief. So I'll put you in the prison of my heart. And I'll never let you go. So when such love comes, Krishna becomes helpless. And instead of coming in a scorpion, disappearing, then he's helpless, he cannot leave. Therefore, Satyavrat Rishi later will say, Mana savirastamalam lakshilabha. Sada me mana savirastam kinam. I want that to always see you in my heart, that you can never escape. This is the impossible power of praying. And it comes from hearing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sadyo Ritya Avarudate Aptakatibi Sususabhistachanat. Srila Vyasadeva said, as soon as one hears this message of Srimad Bhagavatam, then the Supreme Lord becomes trapped in one's heart. The door closes and he cannot get out. Avarudate. So though Krishna has inconceivable potency and he is the controller of countless universes, Prema has more inconceivable potency and controls it. Iti drik swalilabe. By pastimes such as this means the elderly ladies of Braj come to Yashoda's house. They say, Krishna, who is stronger, you or Dalvaya? Krishna, me. Oh, Baldev, who is stronger, you or Krishna? Me, I am stronger. Well, let's see. So then, two small babies, they go. Like wrestlers, and then jump. And they're rolling on the ground. Sometimes Krishna is on top, sometimes Balaram is on top. And one group of ladies is cheering for Balaram and one for Krishna. Iti driksvavilavir ananda kunde. Swagosham. Swalilavir. Swa is mentioned twice here. Swa means his own. And Swa also means himself. In other words, by such sweet pastimes as this, Krishna immerses his own. The Brijvasis, they drown in the pools of Ananda. And Swa means himself. Krishna himself drowned. You think when he's wrestling with Balaram and everyone is cheering, he's not drowning in the pool of Ananda. Huh? Himself is also drowning in that pool, causing others to drown, and he himself is drowning. Sometimes Brijvasis come to Krishna and they tell, oh Krishna, I have a laddu. And I'll give it to you if you will dance. So then see Krishna makes a dancing mudra with one hand on his hip. Sometimes he trips. And then he becomes embarrassed and quickly runs into the lap of his mother. Chai chabar chachte nachan chai rasaka. He said, Parameshwar, Supreme Lord, in Braja, he will do a dance just for a palm full of buttermilk.
Расакан говорит, что Парамешвара, Верховный Господь, по Враджи готов танцевать за чашечку ряженки.
So Ananda Kunde, Krishna himself is drowning in Ananda.
Сам Кришна, он тонет в этой Ананде.
He takes pleasure in being defeated by his devotees.
Ему нравится, когда он покорен его преданными.
Therefore Brahma said, Yei prayaso ajita jitopya sitaistulokya. When you hear Harikatha, Ajit Krishna becomes Jit, becomes conquered. And he takes pleasure in that.
Господь Брахма, когда услышал Харикатху, один непокоримый Шри Кришна становится побежденным. Ему нравится побежденным своим преданным.
In Nanda Maharaj's house, there's a wooden seat for Nanda Maharaj.
В доме Нанды Махараджа есть скамеечка, на которой сидит Нанда Махарадж.
There are some weights also that they use on scales for weighing things.
И также есть разные металлические весы, которые добавляют, когда определяют
Weights that you put on a scale.
весы, которые кладут на весы.
Sometimes elderly gopis say, Krishna, oh, can you bring that weight?
Иногда какая-то гостья говорит, Кришна, ты ту книгу можешь принести?
Oh, can you bring your father's asana?
А папин стул ты можешь принести?
And Krishna happily runs there.
Кришна радостно лежит туда,
And then holds it.
пытается поднять этот стол,
Then he's smiling.
и затем улыбается.
And he shows, I'm very strong.
И показывает всем, что я очень
Then he
сильный.
cannot lift it.
И опять тянется поднять.
And the elderly ladies are laughing.
И гостья смеется.
So Shukadeva Goswami said, oh, by his helplessness, by his inability to do simple tasks around the house, he nourishes and increases the love of the gopis.
Что Кришна своей беспомощностью, неспособностью сделать какие-то дела, по-дому он усиливает любовь к Боге.
Iti diksha lila bi ananda kun. Swagosham. Swa means own.
Сва значит собственный.
And Ghosh means the ghost, the people. In Goshta.
Это люди, Гошта.
In fact, Madhuri Shoda's family's name is Ghosh even.
Сам по семье, фамилия семьи Мамы Шоды
Her
какой-то.
ancestor was Chor Ghosh.
Чёрт Гош.
And Ghosh also means loud.
Гош значит даже громко.
And Ghosh means to announce.
Гош значит объявлять.
Every Yasha Goshu Tribhavana. Here Goshu Ghosh is coming. Bengali is coming from Sanskrit Ghosh.
Гош.
And may in the praise to Guru, may your fame be announced throughout the world. Every Yasha Goshu.
Гош, это слово тоже прописано, слава повсюду будет известно.
So, that means that by such pastimes of this, Akya Payantam, Krishna is announcing loudly.
То есть такими силами Кришна громко игнорирует, объявляет.
Tadiya Eshita Geshu. Geshu means among those who have knowledge.
Ешу среди тех, кто среди ведающих,
Of Tadiya Ishita. Of your being Bhagavan.
среди тех, кто ведает о том, что ты Бхагаван.
Krishna is announcing to those persons, Bhaktaji Tattva, I am only conquered by pure bhakti, not by you.
Кришна декларирует всем, меня может покорить только чистая бхакти, а не любовь.
Swagosh also means the village where he lives is very loud.
Свагош, деревня, в которой живет Кришна, очень шумная.
Because someone is saying, oh, bring the cows,
Кто-то кричит, приведите корову,
bring the buckets,
принесите ведра,
bring the yogurt,
принесите йогурт.
and calling cows and so on. It's very loud and joyful city, Swagosh.
Потому что много слуг бегают, все время все заняты делами, коровами.
So, Puna Prematastam Shatapriti Bande. Satyavat Rishi says, with love again and again, I bow down and offer prayers. Hundreds and hundreds of times.
Сотни и сотни лет, сотни и сотни раз я склоняюсь снова и снова перед тобой и возношу молитву.
By this, Satyavat Rishi is explaining that I just want to do Vandana to those pastimes.
Тем самым он дает понять, что он хочет совершать вандана этим лилам.
Offer prayers and bow down.
Молиться и восхищаться этими лилами.
I don't want knowledge.
Я не хочу никаких знаний.
I don't want to cultivate jnana. I'm just glorifying those pastimes hundreds and hundreds of times. I have taste in this, not in anything else. This is why we are doing Brajmanda Parakram. Hundreds and hundreds of times we have the chance to glorify all these pastimes. Because these leelas, they are Swapakash, self-manifest. They cannot be known. They can only manifest themselves when they are pleased with us. Another confidential meaning here. Tadyeshu tagyeshu. One meaning, Geshu, among those who know Tadya Ishita about your Krishna's Godhood. That's the general meaning. And now the confidential meaning. Tadya, your devotees. Ishita, who have controlled you. Yeshu, among those who know the glories of your devotees who have controlled you. Bhaktar Jitatvam. I am conquered by their bhakti. In other words, devotee in this world, he may not be particularly qualified, but he has heard and some realization is coming of the glories of the Nityasiddha Parikar of Krishna. Of the glories of our Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. That their praying is so rare. If we compare, even Vasudeva and Devaki, they did in their previous lives, as Krishna and Sutapa, very hard austerities for thousands of years. But they became parents of Krishna Mathura, but they've never bound him. So how great is Vasudeva and Devaki? But they have never bound Krishna. But those who have pure Vatsalya praying in Braja, they can easily bind him. So those who have pure Madhurya praying in Braja, they're even superior. Even to Vasudeva and Devaki. Even to the elderly gopis. So how great are gopis of Braja, and they appear in this world. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Srila Vishwatarita, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Guru Bhakti. So those who Gaurangera Swami Ganinitya Siddhakari Mani say, Jai Brajendra Sudhabash. Those who recognize these great Vaishnavas in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be Nitya Siddha Parikars in Madhurya Rasa, especially in Krishna's Leela, by that you can go direct to Krishna. So, Tadyeshita Geshu Bhaktir Jitatva, those who know the glories of your devotees who control you, then they will also control you.
Просто те, кто знает, осознают величие тех, кто подчинит себе Кришну, смогут сами контролировать подчинителя Кришну.
Aham bhakta paradhino yashvatanta vivajija sadhu vegastiryo bhakta bhaktajana priya. Supreme Lord said, I am not independent.
Верховный Господь сказал, я не являюсь независимым.
My devotees have control.
Мои преданные контролируют меня.
What to speak of my devotees?
Что говорить о моих преданных?
Someone is just devoted to my devotees very dear to me.
Даже просто кто является преданным, моего преданного очень дорог мне.
So here, the inconceivable, unlimited power of Vaishnava Seva has been hinted by Sri Satyavati Rishi. What austerity? Can you do austerities like Vasudeva and Devaki? Impossible. Yet tadeshi tadeshu bhaktivedanta. Shri Damodaraashtaka ki jai, Shri Vaishnava ki jai, Shri Seva ki jai, Shri Madhva ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Bhagwan ki jai, Hare Vrindavan Lal ki jai, Sarvar ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So at 5 o'clock we will begin our bhajans, sing all of our bhajans for the brats, as well we sang other ones this morning. We'll do our bhajans in the evening. Bring your gifts. Oh, can you bring Giriraj Govardhan and Radha Krishna here in the evening, so we can sing Damodaraashtaka and offer gifts here? Yes, okay. And we'll continue, try to explain some more verses of Damodaraashtaka according to the Digdashini Tika of Srila Sanatana Goswami. So stay absorbed here in chanting, remembering. Everyone should learn at least one verse today. And in this way we try to observe this Mother Titi Akasasi Bhakti with great honor and faith. She is Mother Titi Bhakti Jani, she is the mother of devotion. If we can honor Akasasi Devi, she will also bless us with pure Bhakti to Shri Krishna. So sing one kirtan. It's time to remember Gayatri mantras. And I believe for those who are fasting, there's something. Those who are not fasting, when Sri Devi made something for them, so you can see Sri Devi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.